Welcome to another episode of Career Corner with E-Lady. Today, we are celebrating Women's Month. It's August, right now, 2020, who's doing a very important job in 2020, and she's been doing it for a while. She's going to introduce herself and tell her what she does for a living in 2020. My sister, please take it away.
Hi guys, my name is Ntombifuthi Nkosi. I'm a medical physicist by profession.
Okay, medical physicist.
I work at Cancer Institute, yeah.
Oh, you work at a Cancer Institute?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, because mina ngazi ukuthi phela muthi medical, ngazi ukuthi usebenza pharmacy or you are a doctor. Okay, cool. Medical profession. Okay, how does one get into medical profession? I guess challenges. Let's step back and just find out a few things about you. Like, where did you go to high school?
I went to high school in Mpumalanga. It was called Highveld Comprehensive High School.
Okay.
I was in the science stream, yeah. But during my matric, I didn't do very well in maths and science because I wanted to do pharmacy. So I completed my matric in 2005. 2006, I took a gap year.
Okay.
And then 2007, I went and upgraded my maths and science, which I really did good at it.
Wow.
That's when I realized in high school if I can get this good marks. So I applied for pharmacy at Wits. Unfortunately, I didn't get in because I was only short with 1 point.
Wow.
But at that time, I had only applied at Wits. So a friend of mine suggested that we go to Medunsa.
Okay.
They also offer pharmacy there. So we went to Medunsa only to find out to know my applications they are closed and whatnot. It's full. So I opted to do a Bachelor of Science in Physics and Maths.
Okay.
So the aim was for me to do just 1 year and then apply for pharmacy
the
following year. Yeah. But while I was doing my BSc first year, there was this tutor by the name of Combo. She was my physics tutor and she was doing medical physics. She was doing her honors in medical physics. That's when I got to learn about it. But I wasn't really interested. It was interesting, but I didn't have much knowledge about it. So the more I spent time with her, I got to know about it. And then I ended up not doing pharmacy the second year. I continued with my BSc.
Okay.
Up until the final year. In 2010, that's when I finished my BSc degree. And then what happened after that, I had applied for the honors because by medical physics, it's only from honors. You have to have a BSc degree in physics and maths or physics and chemistry. Okay. So honors level, that's when you start to do your medical physics. Then I applied for it in towards the end of 2010, but I didn't get a response from the university for me to come and study in 2011. And luckily, there was the same program that Thembelani was doing in Cape Town. It's more or less the same.
Okay, so it was So those who don't know who Thembelani is the applicational engineer that we interviewed. If you go down on our YouTube page, you'd see is a young gentleman that we interviewed. That's who connected me to Sister Skulmanai. Okay, continue, ma.
Yeah, so I went to Cape Town and did. It was a master's program. It was a program for 2 years. Everything was sponsored. It was called nuclear physics. So I went there and did the first year in 2011. Unfortunately, I failed one module, which was a module about coding and stuff. It was called computational physics. Yeah, so I had to repeat it the following year, but it was only for a few months. So what happened the following year? Okay, it started. I went and attended the classes, but around February, so because I got a call from CSIR for me to come and do an internship with them for a year. So, okay, I weighed out my options since I'm no longer getting a bursary from the side Cape Town. Let me go to Pretoria because at least I'm gonna get something there and relieve the stress from my parents because I had to pay everything now in Cape Town. So what I did, I spoke with my lecturers at University of the Western Cape. I told them that, no, I want to go to Pretoria to this internship. Is it possible for me to finish this module with UNISA? So yeah, they agreed. I can finish with UNISA and then come and graduate with them. It's fine because it's the same module anyway. Yeah, so I went to CSIR, but when I got to that side, it was around April. When I went to UNISA, it was just too late for me to register.
Yes.
The only reason I went and did this nuclear physics course, it was because there was nothing for me to do at that time. Because I couldn't do medical physics. What I wanted to do now, I couldn't do it because there was no response from them. So I went to CSIR and did that internship. And then 2013, I applied for medical physics at UP, only to find out that year they're not taking students. So, okay, fine. I continued with my internship up until the year end. And then I got a call from UJ. It was a master's program also called nuclear energy, but it was the same as the one that I did in Cape Town. So I was like, okay, since I've done this and I didn't finish it, let me just go and finish it anyway. So I went to UJ and did that course, and I passed. Luckily, the following year at UP, they were taking students for medical physics. So that's when I applied to do my honors at UP. That's how I got into medical physics.
Wow. Such a journey. It's a journey. It's a journey. It's a crazy journey. Starting from you not having the right marks from high school, of which is crazy because most people think just because that thing happened to them, then it's the end of the world now, when you are just going to have to give up in life and everything. And that's not the case, because I went through a similar thing too, but this is not about me, Anjalo. It's about you. You went from not having the right marks and then you upgraded yourself, Anjalo, which is like a very dope thing to hear, and it's refreshing because it shows like as people, as kids are watching this thing, maybe like there's a kid who watched this thing, they're watching this thing, they just failed matric, or they failed matric, or they know somebody who even failed matric or didn't do as well. This lady is working in medicine today. She went through a similar thing, not necessarily failed, but she went through a similar thing, and now look where she is. She never gave up. She never said, and I'm just gonna it's fine, I'm just gonna go and find a job or next thing. It's 10 years down the line. At times it's too late. You can't go. There's no even support. So you can go and study. And like hearing stories like this is very, very amazing. And we want kids to know it's never the end of the world. I'm saying people will be shocked. I mean, I'm gonna say something I've never said to anybody. I failed my matric. I am a qualified teacher, but I failed matric. Like, it's crazy. We were having issues in the school I was going through. It wasn't a thing, because afterwards I wrote similar. Like by June of the year, I had my matric. Following year, I got into university. But that's the thing that happened, because I had failed my matric. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, how many people that are like us in this position, whereby we can be seen like, we're not serious with school, or they can be outcast, so let's forget about them and then let's focus on the smart ones. You know what I mean? It's never the end of the world. And you want to know that giving up is never an option. Like, stopping to push yourself is never like, you literally have yourself and yourself to blame at the end of the day if you don't achieve the things that you want to achieve. Okay, cool. You've said a lot of things, actually. That's why I was just like, you go, because you said a lot of things and a lot of questions I wanted to ask you about your upbringing in terms of your education, how it went, this step, and you basically answered all the questions I was going to ask you, which is dope. So now let me jump into this. So how are you finding the field that you are working on now? Is it anything that you expected? Is like how are you finding the challenges that come with the work that you actually do now?
Okay, I can just start here. The challenges, it started when because once you have done with your medical physics honors degree, you have to go through an internship.
Okay.
With with government hospital where they train. And it's only a few hospitals that trained for medical physicists.
Okay.
So the problem then started now after finishing my medical physics degree honors. I needed to go for an internship now, and there were no posts for internship. What I did, I joined this program from the Department of Science and Technology, where they just take people who want to volunteer to help children with physics and math. So I went to Tembisa for a year.
Okay.
It was a science center called Moipone to help children around the high schools with physics and maths.
In Ntombifuthi.
So after that, while I was still doing that, I wrote emails to the head of department at Joburg General Hospital for me to be admitted as an intern for medical physics. So at that time, since there were no posts and there was no funding or anything like that, I had to convince them to take me as a volunteer, even if they don't paying me, it's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, finally they took me towards the end of 2016 or early 2017, I don't remember. So yeah, I went there for almost 2 years without getting paid doing my internship, because with medical physicists you have to train in 3 departments. The first one would be your diagnostic radiology, where they just diagnose you if you have any form of cancer.
Okay.
The second one will be nuclear medicine. Nuclear medicine is also diagnostic, but it can also used to treat cancer. And then the last one is radiation therapy, where I'm based, which is just treatment, cancer treatment. So yeah, I trained there for almost 2 years without getting paid. But towards the end of that second year, I got a sponsor from this private health institute that I'm working for now. I got sponsor from them. So that's how it started. And then I qualified early 2019, and then late last year around August, that's when I started working as a qualified medical physicist.
Oh wow, your story is just like it has this. It's so inspiring because it has this. It's literally, it's your story is amazing because it's real life. These are the things that happen in real life with people. These are the things that happen in real life with people, and then when a person faces challenges and then they give up, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? But your story is literally, and today you're working, and it's crazy, Guti, you working. And hey, this is amazing. This is crazy. You did a thing that took so long to come together, and only to find the Guti in a time of a crisis. You're one of those people who are called essential workers now. You were literally during COVID, you were an essential worker. Whatever thing that you could have done maybe back in the past and say, hey, as I say, let me just give up on this thing and start something else. You could have been sitting at home right now, but you're one of the people who are actually able to provide for their families. During this difficult time that we're facing in South Africa right now, which is one of the reasons why we're doing this sorts of things, so that people can know what is out there, what should I do out there. I mustn't just like sit and expect things are just going to fall from the tree. I mustn't give up. If I'm able to fail matric and then it's the end of the world, you know what I'm saying? It's never the case. You know what I'm saying? And I love your story, and it's very inspiring. I wasn't expecting all of this when we started talking about this thing, and I would like to thank you, Jeff, for that. Okay, cool. So now tell me exactly, the job that you're doing here right now, what does it entail, your day-to-day routine? I can say that you work with cancer patients. What does it entail? Because it's a very sensitive thing, so I don't want to like fumble around and things like that. What does the job entail?
Okay, since I'm based in the radiation department, which is the treatment side of the cancer, once the doctor has diagnosed the patient, let's say whatever form of cancer that it is, so that patient get a plan where it is planned. Okay, this is what we're gonna treat this patient with. This is the energy that we're gonna give to the patient and whatnot. So after they've planned all of that, that plan gets sent to me, and then I check because let's say we're treating the brain. The brain cancer. I have to check the dose that they give to the brain, is it not going to damage the brain? Okay. Any further? Okay. Yeah, and also the brain, there are also other structures in the brain, so we call them organs, etc. So I just check the dose that is getting the other organs that are getting, is it minimum? Are they not going to be are they not going to be affected with the dose that we give into the brain? So that's my day-to-day for each and every patient that gets treatment with radiation therapy. That's what I do for each and every patient, because the patient cannot be treated without my approval. Say, okay, this is within the limits that we're supposed to do. And then one other thing, the machine that we use for treatment. I'm the one who does the quality control on those machines. The specification of the machines, I check it if it's working to its optimum. Is it delivering the right dose? Is it in compliance with the Department of Health regulations that are needed for a cancer hospital to operate? And then also not just a day-to-day thing, but let's say we get a tender from wherever that we want to install a cancer machine. What we do, we as physicists will look at the specifications that are needed for that machine to be able to operate. So we draft out the tender on this is what we want for the machine to do. This is what we want. Whatever that we want, we draw it out, and then the people that gets the tender, they design the machine according to our specifications. And then when it comes back, we're the one that tests it. Does it really gives what we wanted? And then also the room or the area in which the machine is gonna be we have to check the walls, because it won't be your normal walls as in the ward in a hospital. It has to be open, important wall, so that when we treat the patient outside, whatever that we're treating on the inside, it doesn't come out to affect the next person on the other side of the ward. So we check all of those things. Yeah.
Wow. Yo, it sounds like you have a very busy career. I'm even surprised you got time to actually even do this, because it sounds like you're very, very busy at work. And obviously when you're at home, you just want to relax and just be away from into that has to do with work. So even you doing this, we commend you for that. And I'm sure with the kids who will be watching this in the future, we really respect and commend you for that. And like the people who are commenting here on our Instagram live, Senbona, shout out. So
I can see my friend from Zambia there.
Yes, that's amazing. That's great. That's she must come and interview here. Anyway, so something, a person, like you've said a lot actually, because normally at this part of the interview, I'll normally ask a guest to give like a word of advice to a person who wants to get into the field that you want to be part of. First of all, what advice can you give to the people so that the journey they took, because it sounds like it took you like a long time. It sounds like the journey is long. It's relative, but it sounds like it took you a very long time to get to where you are right now. And I'm sure what you're going to go to better places. What advice can you give to a person who's in high school right now, who's watching this, like, I want to be a medical physicist, but now so that they can do it in a short space of time? Like I heard you talking about, Guti, at times you had applied, but they had closed, things like that. But there's just advice you can give to them, Guti. These are the things that you guys should actually start paying attention to, and this is how you should conduct yourself, and these are the things you should start actually looking to, like right now, from grade 8, 9, 10. Don't wait up until matric for you to say, okay, now I'm doing this thing, I'm deciding. These are the things from literally getting your schoolwork proper while you're in school, and then applying in time and all of those things, and some of the things that are maybe like technical things that come with the work that you do. What can you advise? What can you say to them?
Okay, what I can say to them, first of all, just be patient with yourself. Don't give up too easy. Because I know as a person, you've got plans. You know, when I'm finished my matric, this is what I'm going to do. 3 years, I'm going to start a desk. And after that, I'm going to get a job. And out there, it's not like that. It's not really like that. So you just have to be patient with yourself. Keep your lane. Don't look, no, Ntombifuthi, it happens like this. So Nami, things are going to be fast like that. No, no, it's nothing like that. And what I can advise people out there, if you be interested in a certain course, it will be advisable, let's say maybe when you're doing your grade 11 during holidays, just go and visit a company or a department that you're interested in, just to see how they do their things, and just ask for more information. How do you go about getting bursaries and stuff? Just go out there and search for whatever information that you need.
Yeah, that's very, very true. And this is actually fresh. And I think maybe I've interviewed somebody who said, I think that's similar. You don't just say, I want to be, let's say, a scientist without even visiting a science center or understand what goes on in the field. Familiarize yourself while you are still in school. Don't wait like last minute and say, oh, by the way, I want to be a physical scientist, or I want to be a medical scientist, or I want to be a computer engineer, or I want to be a teacher, for instance. Understand right now as you're watching this video, in whatever field, because a person could be watching this video, could be interested in something completely different, not in medical, so they just bump into it and they say, I've got data, let me just download this video on YouTube and watch it. And then the gems that you're getting from there, don't waste time and wait last minute and say, oh, by the way, now this is the thing I wanna. It's very, very good advice, and I hope whoever's watching, the kids are listening, because we're doing this for them. We don't want them to suffer like we suffered. We don't want them we don't want them to say, I didn't apply because I didn't know, whatever the case may be. The internet is there. Google is there. Instead of Googling beautiful girls in Durban or beautiful girls in Guanongom or beautiful girls in Mpumalanga or Cape Town, why don't you Google how do you go about applying for university level? Or some people, another thing I wanted to ask you before we wrap up, are there any other institutions that, if you can just drop, not other ways that a person, let's say they want to get on this field, but they say, I don't have money to go to varsity most. I don't have imali at home they can pay for 4 years. Are there any courses a person that you know of that they can take maybe like a year or 2 years, something that somebody can take part-time? Let's say retail, like you're working at a retail shop, you come back at home, you're studying. Are there any courses if you start doing these courses, it can actually get you into a place where maybe you become an intern. Let's say you can even work in a place that is a medical dispensary, like Abo Clicks in Deganjala. Are there any things that you know of like that people can actually also look for besides going the whole route, which I want to go and study like you, or the route that you know, and as far as you know, is the only route that you know? The route you took?
With medical physics, that's the only route you have to do.
Okay.
Your degree, your honors, and then go through internship.
Yes.
That's the only route that you have to do.
Okay, it makes sense.
But I know with other, like your pharmacy, you can what do they call it? They call it an assistant pharmacist. I know that you don't have to go through the whole 4 years of studying for pharmacy to become a pharmacist, but you can do some of the courses, but it's not the 4-year course for you to become an assistant pharmacist.
Okay, so there's
medical physics more.
Okay, it's almost like being a doctor. You have to go study and sit down and spend 5 years or 7 years. There's no short way about it. So it makes sense because you're dealing with people's lives. So there's no short way about it. So and it helps build your character as well at the same time, which is very, very cool, Rajal. And this is Ntombifuthi. Thank you so much for your time. I'm hoping if I left anything, I don't know, because we've touched base on so many things. So I just want to thank you for your time and thank you for just like supporting these initiatives, this initiative here to our nation, where we're trying to help the kids of South Africa and hopefully now in Africa as well, because I can see this thing is going to get big, it's going to grow, it's going to impact a lot of people's lives and a lot of kids' lives, and that's the thing that we're trying to achieve here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we wanna see at the end of the day. So we'd like to thank you and thank you for your time. Go back and enjoy the rest of your Friday, marinating, relaxing, and happy Women's Month to you, since we're in the month of August. Happy Women's Month to you. I should have said that in the beginning of the interview. Now, as a slogan we do here before we end each interview, that goes ratata, career corner, ratata. Can you do it for us, Mama?
Okay, ratata, career corner, ratata.
Nazoge, dream big, think sharp, apply yourself. Cut. We're out.